old and still tending her own garden. The other eaten by me, someone who thought a protein bar and oat milk latte counted as a healthy start. I spent 30 days eating exactly like an Okinawan centenarian. And I want to be honest with you, some of it was beautiful, some of it was genuinely hard, and some of what changed in my body I did not expect at all. Before I started, I had to actually understand what I was committing to, because the Okinawan diet is not a trend. It is not a 12-week program. It is a way of eating that developed over centuries on a small subtropical island, and it quietly produced more people over 100 years old per capita than almost anywhere else on Earth. The foundation is simple. Purple sweet potato, called beni imo, makes up the majority of calories. Not white rice, not bread, sweet potato. Around it, miso soup every single morning, tofu in multiple forms, bitter melon called goya, seaweed, leafy greens, and small amounts of fish. Pork is used occasionally, but almost always in soups where the fat is skimmed away. What is absent is equally important. Almost no dairy, very little red meat, minimal sugar, minimal processed food, no snacking culture, no eating at your desk. Food in Okinawa is still mostly intentional. The total caloric intake of traditional Okinawans is estimated around 1,800 calories per day. For context, the average American consumes closer to 3,600. That gap alone tells you something. Of everything I tried during this month, Hara Hachi was the hardest to master and the most transformative. It is a Confucian teaching that Okinawans have absorbed into daily eating culture. The phrase means, eat until you are 80% full. Stop before the signal arrives, because the signal, that moment when you feel full, arrives 20 minutes after you actually are. I had spent my entire life eating past that point, every meal, without noticing. The practice sounds simple. It is not. For the first week, I ate my meals and then sat with a feeling I can only describe as almost satisfied. My brain kept saying, one more bite. I kept saying no, and within 10 days, something shifted. The almost satisfied feeling began to feel like enough. That was the moment I understood why this works. There is research from the University of Ryukyu suggesting that this caloric restriction, not starvation, not deprivation, just restraint, activates longevity pathways at the cellular level. The body under mild, consistent, gentle caloric restriction behaves differently at the molecular level. It prepares to last. So, 30 days, here's what actually happened. Week 1 was an adjustment. My digestion moved quickly. The sudden increase in fiber from sweet potato, seaweed, and vegetables created noticeable, let's call it, movement. My body was not used to this volume of plant matter. Week 2, something happened to my energy. The spikes and crashes I associated with normal life, the 3 p.m. fog, the need for a second coffee, they softened. I would not say they disappeared, but they softened. The sweet potato delivers energy in a long, slow arc, rather than a sharp peak. Week 3 brought the change I least expected. My relationship with hunger changed. I stopped fearing it. I would feel the early signal of hunger, and instead of immediately reaching for something, I could sit with it for 20 minutes, and it would often recede. I had never experienced that before. Week 4, my face looked different to me, less puffy in the mornings. My sleep, and I tracked this, averaged 41 minutes more per night than my baseline month. I do not know if that's the diet, the ritual, the reduction in processed food, or some combination, but it happened consistently. Mentally, the act of preparing these simple meals every day created something I was not expecting: calm. There is almost no decision fatigue in this diet. The meals are simple, the ingredients are few, and the ritual of preparing miso soup every morning became, genuinely, the best part of my day. Here's something the wellness industry does not want you to sit with too long. We have made healthy eating feel expensive, premium, reserved for people with the right kind of grocery store nearby. For 30 days, I tracked every yen, every dollar equivalent spent on Okinawan eating. Purple sweet potato, miso paste, tofu, dried seaweed, seasonal vegetables, occasional fish. My average daily food cost, $6.20. My previous monthly average on a typical Western diet, including the supplements, the protein powders, the specialty items I thought were healthy, was running nearly $19 per day. The centenarians of Okinawa are not wealthy people eating expensive superfoods. They are eating humble, ancient, local food, grown close to home, prepared simply, eaten slowly. The discipline is free. The ingredients are cheap. What costs something is only the willingness to change. I want to be honest about the difficulty, because if I only told you the beautiful parts, I would be selling you something, and that's not what this channel is for. The social dimension was the hardest thing. Not the food itself, not the restraint, the isolation of eating differently from everyone around you. Dinners with friends became exercises in quiet explanation. Okinawan elders eat within communities that share their values. Their moai, their social support circles, reinforce the diet naturally. I had no moai. I had a rice cooker and good intentions. Natto. I have to mention natto. Fermented soybeans are a cornerstone of Japanese longevity eating. Sticky, pungent, with a texture that defies comfortable description. I ate it. Every day I ate it. I will not tell you I enjoyed it, but I will tell you that by day 20 I stopped dreading it. That, perhaps, is its own form of victory. And finally, the slowness. Okinawan eating is not compatible with urgency. You cannot practice Hara Hachi while scrolling. You cannot taste Goya while answering emails. The diet quietly demands that you show up to your own meal. For a Western mind trained on multitasking, that is genuinely the most radical thing about it. After 30 days, I did not become a centenarian. I did not unlock immortality, but I did something perhaps more surprising. I changed my relationship with food, with hunger, with enough. The Okinawan elders did not design a longevity diet. They simply lived with discipline, with community, with restraint, and longevity followed, like a reward no one asked for, but everyone received. If you want to try even one element of what I described today, start